James Byrd Jr.'s case is one of the most horrific and tragic examples of hate-fueled violence in modern American history. The brutal murder of James Byrd Jr. in Jasper, Texas, shocked the nation and highlighted the deep-seated racism that still exists in society. On the night of June 7, 1998, 49-year-old James Byrd Jr. was walking home in Jasper, a small town in East Texas. Byrd, an African-American man, had spent the evening with friends and was offered a ride home by three white men: John William King, Lawrence Russell Brewer, and Sean Allen Berry. Byrd, not knowing the dark intentions of these men, accepted the ride, unaware of the horror that awaited him. Instead of taking Byrd home, the three men drove him to a remote area outside of town. There, they brutally beat him, kicked him, and then chained his ankles to the back of their pickup truck. What followed was an act of unspeakable cruelty. The men dragged James Byrd Jr. for over 3 miles along a rural road, tearing his body apart. Byrd remained conscious for much of the ordeal, suffering unimaginable pain and terror before succumbing to his injuries. His body was left in pieces along the road, with his head and right arm found nearly a mile from the rest of his body. The next morning, Byrd's dismembered remains were discovered by local residents, and the horrific nature of the crime quickly became apparent. The brutality of the murder shocked the nation and drew widespread media attention. The investigation revealed that John William King and Lawrence Russell Brewer were known white supremacists with ties to racist groups, and the murder was quickly classified as a hate crime. The arrest and trial of the three men brought to light the deep-seated hatred that had driven them to commit such a heinous act. John William King was unapologetic, expressing pride in his actions and his racist beliefs. Lawrence Russell Brewer shared similar views, while Sean Allen Berry, who claimed he had been a reluctant participant, was nevertheless found guilty for his role in the crime. In 1999, both King and Brewer were sentenced to death, while Berry received a life sentence. King was executed in 2019, and Brewer was executed in 2011. The case became a powerful symbol of the dangers of racism and the urgent need for justice and equality in America. The murder of James Byrd Jr. had a profound impact on the nation. It sparked widespread outrage and led to significant changes in hate crime legislation. In 2001, Texas passed the James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Act, which strengthened the penalties for crimes motivated by race, religion, or other forms of prejudice. The case also played a pivotal role in the passage of the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act, signed into law by President Barack Obama in 2009. This federal law expanded the definition of hate crimes and provided additional resources for investigating and prosecuting these offenses. James Byrd Jr.'s family has worked tirelessly to honor his memory and advocate for tolerance and understanding. They established the James Byrd Foundation for Racial Healing, which promotes education and awareness to combat racism and hate. Through their efforts, they have turned their personal tragedy into a force for positive change, seeking to ensure that no other family has to endure the pain and suffering they experienced. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss our next videos.